Folks, we got breaking news. We got two accidents that we've got to get to right now. And I want to thank Nick of New York for one of these reports and Teresa of Colorado for the other. First, the report that Nick got to us. There's been a ferry that has capsized, a horrible ferry accident just off the coast of South Sudan. Now, we know in South Sudan, there's a war going on there as radical Islamists are trying to overthrow the government of South Sudan. So there's a ferry packed with 300 citizens of South Sudan trying to get out of this area, and the boat has flipped over and has the accident. And the Army is saying that, according to Philip Auger, that the accident has taken place in the White Nile River today, this February the 14th, 2014. The reports are we are somewhere between 200 and 300 people, including women and children, have drowned as the boat was overloaded and has capsized. They've all drowned. They were fleeing the fighting that broke out. This is horrible. So approximately 300 people. One report says between 200 and 300. Somewhere in that neighborhood, 200 to 300 people have drowned as a ferry has capsized in the White Nile River as people are fleeing the war-torn areas of South Sudan. Now, while that's going on, I also want to thank Teresa of Colorado. There has been a train derailment northwest of Helena, Montana. Gusty winds of almost 120 miles an hour. I think it was clocked at 119 miles an hour. Has derailed a train there in Big Sky Country up near the Continental Divide. From what I'm understanding, this situation, and I've got a picture here. Let me just show you this picture, and I want to thank Teresa for getting this information to me, but there you see it. Look at all those freight cars. I mean, just completely derailed this train. Are you serious? Just completely derailed the train. And it's just, here's the good news. Here's the first time I've seen a train derailment in about a year that didn't involve chemical spill, diesel, crude oil, explosions, or didn't involve a passenger train, killing scores and dozens and sometimes hundreds of people. So this is good news. This is good news that this massive train derailment did not involve any chemical leaks, any toxic waste, did not involve any crude oil or explosives or any people. But these are the events taking place right now. I want you to pray. Here's the thing about it, though. Straight line winds. Not only, and I understand it's open country up there, okay? But you have to hear me. During the meteor storms, BP Earthwatch was a live guest on my broadcast yesterday, Jesse Waltman from Mississippi. And he was talking about solar winds are traveling now almost 2 million miles an hour on the sun. Normally, whenever the sun has some winds of 200 to 300,000 miles an hour, and that's extremely crazy for us to comprehend. But when the winds are blowing almost 2 million miles an hour, then what happens is you have massive storms and whipping of energy, and it puts a ton of pressure on the earth. And this can cause earthquakes, this can cause cyclones and different types of events. Also, we're going through, this is the third day of the 7 days of passage. This is day number 3. And as we pass through, we run a serious risk of meteorite activity. I'll be right back and give you a full report on what's going on in the heavens, the skies, the fireball report. NASA said we didn't have nothing to worry about. Months ago, said, yes, we're going to go through this passage of the debris trails of Iceland, but don't worry, it'll just be a fine little dust. Well, folks, it ain't a fine dust as fireballs are being seen all over the world. I'll be right back with a report to get you up to speed on what's going on with that. Pray for the people of South Sudan. Pray for the people there. They're in a war zone. Pray for these families that have lost their loved ones in this terrible accident. Pray one for another.